It's probably safe to say that your TV show is kind of a big deal when the Prime Minister of Canada wants a guest starring role, and that's just what happened to Yannick Bisson.
Not possible, Crabtree. Too much infighting in Ottawa.
The show is Murdoch Mysteries, which is a Victorian-era crime drama about a handsome young detective played by Yannick there, who uses radical forensic techniques to crack cases.
The problem with deductive reasoning, George, is that one must first conceive of every possibility.
It kicks off its 6th season here on CBC, right where Yannick started his acting career almost 30 years ago. But the acting life wasn't always easy, and when he unexpectedly became a dad at 19, he figured he'd have to fall back on his plan B. But he did stick with acting, got more roles. And together with Rick Springfield, yes, that Rick Springfield, they starred in a show called High Tide. But a pair of marijuana drug dealers, so I'm just kidding. It's about a pair of crime-solving surfers.
I had this huge crush on you.
I never noticed.
After that, maybe a little bit smoother sailing for Yannick. He's still solving crimes on Murdoch, which should make one fan, in particular, very happy indeed. Yannick Bisson! How are you, man? Very good. Good. Nice to see you.
It's great to be here.
It's a real pleasure.
Hello, buddy.
From the moment it was announced that you were coming onto the network, I was like, you got to come on the show. You got to come on the show. And you're like, no, 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 no. Thank you for agreeing to.
Thank you for inviting me and being persistent. I appreciate it.
Of course. So the premiere is about to happen. How do you feel about the show on CBC now?
Oh, I feel like I've lived 10 lifetimes during this show. It's had 10 lives. People respond to the show all over the world. They're excited to have more and more. And when it was threatened to be taken away, there was a huge outcry. Yeah. And they wanted the show back. And CBC decided that this is where it should be. So,
I mean, the Prime Minister was in your show, which is kind of cool. I mean, the idea that a sitting Prime Minister is fan enough of your show to guest star in it.
Another thing that never happens.
Yeah.
I don't know how it all came to be, but I was there. I found myself on the floor, you know, watching security people walking around, frisking, dog sniffing, and next thing you know, I had to direct Steve. and I honestly...
You did not call him Steve, did you?
I didn't know what to call him.
You call him Mr. Prime Minister.
I tried that. It was too long.
Did you call him Steve for real?
No, I didn't even do that. We both kind of went, you tell me what you want and I'll do it. And he was really gracious. He was fantastic. He said, you know, listen, I really want to do a great job with this. Anything you need, just let me know. So I immediately felt at ease. And he certainly seemed really at ease already. I don't know why he's the boss. I guess that's just what comes with the job. And yeah, I just said action, and he did it.
How many takes?
Oh, we had to correct like one tiny thing, and it was technical.
He's a natural.
Perfect.
Are you a reflective guy? Do you reflect on your life and your career often?
Actually, I sort of live in the moment to a fault. But, you know, when there are big landmarks, and my wonderful wife and my girls are really helpful that way. They help me sort of realize, you know, what's past and oh, hey, this is a new landmark for you, Dad. You might want to think about it more positively. So they help me. But, yeah, sometimes I look back.
Well, it's this idea that, you know, the show's really reached a status in this country, and no matter how long it goes, people always talk about Murdoch as one of the great shows that have been produced in Canada, hands down. I got another part that you play that I would like to go this. Can we just see for just a sec here?
Are you kidding me?
What?
You get me down when I'm chewing my bubble yum, because bubble yum's just bursting with juicy, tasty, super yum flavor.
That's brutal. That's the first thing I ever did.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Was it a career in your mind at that point? What did you think? Like, did you think I like this? I like being on set?
I got some free gum. I was really excited. Well, I guess, yeah, I don't know. Everybody was really nice, you know. You did a great job, man. That was awesome. All right, we're going to go over here. We're going to do another shot. You're awesome. And, you know, who gets sick of that, right? So I thought, yeah, there could be a future in this. And to be honest, I was just sort of coasting along. It was an interesting outlet, something to do. But at that age, you think you're going to live forever, and there are no real plans.
You're a young father at a certain point. How old were you, 20 when you had your first kid?
Oh, not even.
Not even?
Just almost 20.
So you have 3 kids, right?
3 women.
Yeah.
Three young women at the house, and my beautiful wife.
And so the ages are?
23,
Yeah.
21, and 16.
Right, and you're only 43 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's it working out for you?
Well, the girls are sweet. You know, when we're out, they say "daddy" a lot, even though they're grown women.
But they just don't want to be mistaken as your date. That's what it is. You're an actor. It's possible.
Yeah, you get the odd sort of look. It's super uncomfortable when that happens. So I hold my wedding ring out and pay for things like this, and that helps. But yeah, you get the odd look, and it is weird.
I was talking to a guy that I really, really respect and he's got young daughters, and he was saying the thing that he worries the most about is protecting them from being crushed, and worried about their self-esteem, because he knows how important it is. Actors battle that stuff all the time, so you have a really unique perspective on self-esteem and image and all that stuff. What sorts of things worry you about being a dad, a young dad of young women?
Well, mostly of them meeting actors. Second only to musicians. I think the main thing for me was, as a young actor, back in a time when things weren't really set up in your favor, my education got sort of blown out the door. I was making money, and a lot of the teachers and principals weren't willing to work with me to be able to do the things you can do so easily now, and have correspondence courses. I just wanted them to get a great education, put that first, put their friends first, put all the important things in life first, and have a relationship be an addition to a great life, and you have something to bring to it, and they have something to bring to it, and then
so you're pushing that friend stuff as more than careers and more than that kind of stuff?
Well, yeah, you got time to figure it out. I've had 15 different careers. I don't have a whole lot of friends. I count very few of them as my friends, and I'm lucky to have them. But life moves fast, and you don't always have time.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something?
Well, of course. I suppose if I'd lost 1,000 friends, I'd feel that way. But, I put family first, I put career first, and it is what it is.
Stick around, more with Yannick right after this. Right up next, Yannick's run-in with a Toronto cop. We'll find out what that was all about. Then, time to say cheese. Mr. D's Lauren Hammersley makes you smile.
Today we're talking about photography and why we feel the need to document everything. With the evolution of digital photographs, my father can now see his thumb instantly. So that's great.
Well, if there's one guy a lot of you girls, including me, wouldn't mind kissing, it's Yannick Bisson. Whew. I caught up with him a couple of months ago between jobs.
Hi there, my name's Yannick. I'm just hanging out down in my basement, making a little noise. Believe it or not, I don't do this for a living. See, I'm an actor.
It's amazing how much stuff you've done.
Susanna with longer hair. Yeah. Lovely. Where did you find that?
The best part about you coming back to the CBC is all the archives. There's so much of you in this place. It's actually it's full circle in a sense that you've been able to come home.
Oh, I thought I'd long been forgotten.
Absolutely, you have not been forgotten. So, I know you like to mountain bike, but somebody had told me that you're actually kind of a madman on a bike. Like really dangerous. Is that true?
Well, I can't be dangerous, and I'm not supposed to talk about it so much, because if I do get hurt, it's not good. And my wife made me promise not to be totally unrelatable when I go crazy in this mountain bike thing and talk about it for way too long. Stop me anytime.
No, go. But the moneymaker, what happens when you use the moneymaker as a brake pad one day? Like that's it's a risky thing, right?
Well, yeah, it is risky. I gotta have some adrenaline. I have to have those outlets. I enjoy it. Get to be outside in nature, hang out with your friends, tinker with your bike. We have the most incredible country to do that in. gotta stay in shape. Yeah. So that's what I do.
There you go. All right, time for anthropology. Rapid fire questions. Tell me what you got, okay? Now that Murdoch Mysteries is on CBC, how long before you think the network will force all your characters to move to Prince Edward Island?
And grow red pigtails.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, man. What a huge success that was. I'm just really glad to be back here, back home. That's the way it feels to me.
When you drive around, do you ever accidentally, when a cop pulls you over, open your wallet and have your Murdoch badge?
No, but the weirdest thing happened to me today. I was crossing the road, jaywalking, totally jaywalking, in front of a school. There were cars coming everywhere, and this cop followed behind me, jaywalked right behind me, and stopped me and said, "Hey, man, big fan."
You didn't care. That's amazing. What is the one thing you hope your daughters will see in their lifetime?
True love with a partner that, like what I have. Sorry.
If I didn't know you, I would call you on it. But I know you and I believe you. So great to see you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good time, buddy. Murdoch Mysteries, new season premieres tonight, 9 o'clock on CBC. We'll be right back. But the acting life wasn't always easy, and when he unexpectedly became a dad at 19, he figured he'd have to fall back on his plan B. But he did stick with acting, got more roles. And together with Rick Springfield, yes, that Rick Springfield, they starred in a show called High Tide. But a pair of marijuana drug... Yannick Bisson! How are you, man? Very good. Good. Nice to see you.
Great to be here.
It's a real pleasure. Drama about a handsome young detective played by Yannick there, who uses radical forensic techniques to crack cases.
The problem with deductive reasoning, George, is that one must first conceive of every possibility.
It kicks off its 6th season here on CBC, right where Yannick started his acting career almost 30 years ago. It's probably safe to say that your TV show is kind of a big deal when the Prime Minister of Canada wants a guest starring role, and that's just what happened to Yannick Bisson.
Not possible, Crabtree. Too much infighting in Ottawa.
The show is Murdoch Mysteries, which is a Victorian-era crime thriller, so I'm just kidding. It's about a pair of crime-solving surfers.
I had this huge crush on you.
I never noticed.
After that, maybe a little bit smoother sailing for Yannick. He's still solving crimes on Murdoch, which should make one fan, in particular, very happy indeed.